Hey everyone, happy Tuesday. I hope you're having a great week so far. Today, as you know, I'm going to be sharing what you need to know if your New Year's resolution is to work out more. So, who has this New Year's resolution or has had it in the past? Let me know in the chat as you come on. By the way, I'm Allie, Christian health and fitness coach and founder of Cross Training Women, where I help women transform their body and health biblically so that they can live fully and abundantly. So let me know in the comments if this is your New Year's resolution to work out more. Exercising more is one of the most popular New Year's resolutions. I, of course, love this. I love that people want to work out more. You know, the Bible in 1 Timothy 4:8, it says that physical training is good and is of value. Physical training is not only important for your overall health, but it also cultivates spiritual discipline. So if your New Year's resolution is to work out more, then kudos to you. It's neglected by so many people, and we live in such a sedentary lifestyle now that leads to so many health problems and shortening our lives, both in quality and in quantity. And so I'm super stoked, if you want to exercise more. And so that's what I want to share with you. I want to share 4 important things when it comes to starting your exercise routine, or even starting back up your exercise and adding that more into your weekly routine. And so number 1 is to make sure that you match the type of exercise and workouts you do with your desired results and outcome and what you're trying to accomplish. So for example, if your goal or your desired outcome is to build lean muscle and get toned, then running is not going to help you accomplish that. If your goal is to lose weight, which is often the case, then prioritizing strength training and incorporating some cardio, and it doesn't have to be high intensity, is going to be best. And I bring this up because a lot of people, probably the vast majority, do workouts that don't stimulate the physiological changes or they desire or help them accomplish their goals. Weight loss being number 1. Most people, they gravitate towards doing high intensity, hardcore cardio workouts when that's not the most effective or most efficient. And if your ultimate goal is to lose weight, then make sure you watch last week's live if your New Year's resolution is to lose weight, because in that video I share 5 things that you must know. And as a hint, exercise should not be your main priority or your main focus. Exercise is only just a tiny part of that equation. And so ask yourself, what am I trying to accomplish? And then make sure that your workouts support that goal and will get you there. If wanting to exercise more is just for your overall health, then you're going to have more flexibility in there. So for example, if you could swim if you enjoy swimming, you could bike if you like biking, you could do something like Zumba and jazzercise if that's your jam. It's certainly not mine. You will never find me in that class, but if you like that, you can do that. So that's the first thing. Match the type of exercise and workout with what you're trying to accomplish. Number 2, and this is so important, you want to ease your way back into working out, whether you've exercised in the past or not. Typically what happens with New Year's resolutions involving exercise or anything related to weight loss, people go all in and they go from 0 to 100 starting January 1st. And they go from not working out for months or years or maybe even ever to then working out 5 times per week. And I love the motivation and dedication, but it's just not smart. Unless, of course, it's something like walking, that's okay to do every day, and I encourage you to do that every day. But often the workouts that people start off with are these hardcore, high-intensity workouts that are designed to leave you as sweaty and as sore as possible, which I don't agree with, by the way. But on top of this, many people, they try to do exercises that are way too advanced for them, and they have no business doing them because they don't have the skill or the ability to carry it out correctly, which of course will lead to an injury over time. And so there are a couple reasons why you want to ease your way back in. And number 1, if you try to go full out, you'll most likely end up excessively sore. which means that your daily activities will be impacted. Your body will compensate by decreasing your NEAT, or your non-exercise activity thermogenesis, which isn't good if your goal is weight loss. And you'll have to rest maybe even several days before you can train again. And if you don't rest, well, then it will lead to overtraining and an injury, which would just take you out completely for several weeks or maybe even months. So then you are forced to rest and maybe even rehab, which is, of course, not what you want to be doing if your New Year's resolution goal is to work out more. And it's really important to know and to understand that you don't have to be excessively sore to get in a good workout. In actuality, you don't want to be. A little soreness is okay, but you won't be able to train effectively again in a day or two. If that's the case, you won't be able to, because you've beaten your body up so badly. Number 2 is, if you go full out in with your frequency and intensity and do exercises that your body isn't capable of doing, not only can it lead to an injury, which we already talked about, but the workouts are going to be extremely difficult, and they aren't going to be any fun for you. You're not going to have any fun doing it. And if you don't have any fun, you're not going to be excited or motivated to continue to work out. And instead, you'll dread it. You'll want to make excuses for not working out, and you'll probably develop a poor relationship with exercise. And exercise, it shouldn't be a pain point. Exercise should be fun and something that you enjoy doing. So for example, the show The Biggest Loser is horrendous. The show, it can be entertaining and inspiring for some people, but the workout programming, the intensity, the exercise choices, the frequency and the duration of the workouts for the contestants is absolutely insane and just plain wrong. And a lot of them, they actually suffered from injuries on the show and were still forced to work out. And I'm talking about like stress fractures in their foot injured. And so I guarantee the vast majority developed an unhealthy relationship with exercise. And, afterwards, if they're not going to enjoy it anymore, they're probably going to, hate it, and it's going to discourage them to exercise after the show. They're probably going to want to break, which obviously isn't the goal. And so, it's sadly, most of those contestants, they end up gaining all of their weight back, which I'm sure is why you don't hear updates from them today. So I know it's super tempting to want to go full out and really crush your workouts, but you don't want to be like The Biggest Loser. You don't want to go from 0 to 100, or in that case, 1,000. You want to ease your way back in and start with workouts and exercises that are appropriate for you and your fitness level. And you'll be surprised with how quickly you'll be able to progress and see results, especially if you are a beginner. Number 3, if your New Year's resolution is to work out more, then it's important to schedule your workouts and be specific. If you don't plan and schedule your workouts, I can almost guarantee it won't happen. Instead, you want to pick the day or the days and the specific time frame that you're going to work out. If you don't, often what happens is you start making excuses. You're like, oh, I'll work out later. And then later comes around, and then you're like, well, I'm kind of tired, or I'm not in the mood, or I'd rather do X, Y, or Z. I'll do the workout tomorrow. And, then the same thing will happen tomorrow and the next day and the next day if you don't plan the day and the time. You don't want to leave it up to how you're feeling in the moment and what's going on. Instead, you want to be firm. This is when I will be working out. And then that way, when the day and the time rolls around, you don't start battling the decision in your mind, going back and forth, should I or shouldn't I? Instead, it's time and I'm going to do it. So what are you going to do if your New Year's resolution is to work out more? You are going to schedule it in. You're going to be specific on what days and what time you will work out. And if you do this, I promise it'll be much easier to stick to it, and you're going to be much more successful. And then lastly, if your New Year's resolution is to work out more, find an accountability partner or a workout buddy. With any goal you are trying to accomplish, having accountability and someone who is there to motivate you and encourage you, kind of hold your hand and keep you on track, they're going to significantly increase your ability to be successful. Going it alone, it doesn't work for the vast majority of people. And so if you are serious about your goal and your New Year's resolution to exercise more, find an accountability partner, find a workout buddy, or better yet, find a coach who can, make sure that you're matching your workouts to your goal, which is what we talked about, the first thing you need to do and to think about, because you're not going to get the outcome you desire by doing the wrong action steps. So accountability is important and necessary, and it's also just more fun to have, someone do it with you. So those are the 4 important things that I wanted to share with you today. If your New Year's resolution is to work out more, match your workouts to your goals, ease your way back in, schedule your workouts and be specific, and then find an accountability partner or a workout buddy. And if you do those 4 things, you will set yourself up for success. And speaking of which, this Thursday, January 14th, I'm hosting a free masterclass on how to keep your New Year's resolutions. I want you to be successful. I want you to follow through and keep your New Year's resolutions so that way you can accomplish your goals. And so I'm sharing 5 reasons why 92% of New Year's resolutions fail, and the keys to keeping your New Year's resolutions so that you can become a part of that tiny 8%. And everything I share is biblically based, so it's going to be true, it's going to help you out, and it's going to be good stuff that you don't want to miss. So I invite you to join me this Thursday at 8 p.m. Central Time for this free masterclass. If you can't join me live, no worries. I will send you the replay if you sign up. So if you have New Year's resolutions you want to keep and goals you want to achieve, make sure you sign up for this free masterclass. And you can do that right now by going to crosstrainingwomen.com/masterclass. You can do that, like I said, right now. It only takes a minute to do so. And I would love to see you there. And invite your friends too to do the training. You can help keep each other accountable with the action or with implementing the action steps that we discussed on Thursday. So again, the link to sign up is crosstrainingwomen.com/masterclass. And I'll put that link as in the chat as soon as we're done here. But thanks so much for joining me. Hey, Michelle, thanks for being here. And I will hopefully see you guys on Thursday. All right, bye.